What's up, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Bowling Green Dynasty Rebuild. Hey, yeah. And in today's episode, we got Kent State, another rival, on the schedule. As you can see in the screen, we got hatred renewed. Bowling Green faces off against their bitter rival, Kent State. Yes, sir. We trying to get another dub, continue the win streak, and move on up in the top 25. In the previous episode, we did go up against Army. So if you haven't checked out that episode, make sure you run it back. But anyway, we're going to hop into this Kent State game. All right, we got a breakdown of the team stats. We will look at Kent State first, as their offense is averaging 35 points per game, 411 yards total, 227 passing, 184 rushing. On the defensive side, they're giving up 41 points per game, 497 yards total, 279 passing, 217 rushing. So their offense is all right for the Bowling Green Falcons. Our side, we are averaging 38 points per game, 508 yards total, 251 passing, 256 rushing. Our offense is pretty much balanced. We are in the top 10 as far as rushing yards, and the top 5 as far as total yards. On the defensive side, we're giving up 25 points per game, 380 yards total, 212 passing, 168 rushing. So as you can see, those defensive numbers have slowly been going down. Top players for Kent State, we got a 95 overall halfback, an 84 overall QB, and an 83 overall halfback. Top players for Bowling Green, we got BC, Bernard Cruz, we got T. Stu, and we got Tom Hayford.
Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation.
It's time to play another game.
Kent State and Bowling Green finishing up their warm-up.
They got us fourth in the MAC East, but we know that will change.
On the NCAA College
Hopefully.
Football pregame show. Enjoy the game. We'll see you at the half.
Yeah. Going up against Kent State. We got some on our plate, and it might just get 8. Don't mess around with us. We'll mess your team up. We don't care about you slamming the football, cause we trying to slam y'all.
It's time to battle for the Anniversary Award. It was established in 1985.
The Anniversary Award.
In 1910, and in celebration of
down here in
75th
Dick's
anniversary.
Stadium, we make a return to Dick's
Real Coca-Cola taste
Stadium this year.
0 calories. Enjoy everything.
In this bitter rivalry, as we will select heads, and it will be tails. Kent State will kick.
As the ball set, and he looks ready
And
to kick
we
this one.
might receive and we might not.
Game. Here we go, folks.
We do have a return.
He's to the 20, across the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 44.
Thought we might have a return there for a minute.
It's always been sensational. It's not always one guy.
Stressed all week. His tackling and gang tackling and getting to the football.
Hard to get to guys and make tackles in the face.
Bernard Cruz.
You talk about a...
He's on the run. He gets hit out of bounds at the 45. He's going to pick up less than a yard on the quarterback's scramble.
And that's the run game.
Hands off and not much room.
That
there
goes
as they try to
nowhere.
work the left side. Now he's scrambling. Nice catch. First down, and he's knocked out.
That's starting to become a go-to play on third down.
They have a lot
So
of
play
faith in him
action
as a
pass
receiver. And right there, he showed
to
you
Tommy
why.
G. And BC with an accurate pass on the run.
Receiver's got it on the screen. He's taken down at the 25.
Get on up through there, Tyrone. Let's see.
Scrambling around.
Throw it away.
Just throws this one away. The defense got some pressure.
Don't want to risk it.
Bad pass.
We'll take that.
He's got his man across the middle.
Tyrone.
And that is first and goal.
Let go, Tyrone. You better call Tyrone and tell him what you need. I said, Tyrone, I need a FD.
And he's tackled at the 2-yard line.
Not quite enough from T-Stu. I believe we can run the HB stretch from here.
Second down.
And that's what we'll do.
That line of scrimmage.
And we will put points on the board.
Touchdown, Bowling Green.
T-Stu, HB stretch, touchdown.
This kid is a
How you like me now? And we got number 14 Akron going up against Toledo. Akron looking to stay undefeated. Toledo is looking to bounce back from a 3-game losing streak.
7-0. Elsewhere, we take you now to Ypsilanti, and for
Eastern Michigan knocks off Ball State 38-35.
Win it by 3.
And it will be a pass.
Play fake, looking to run.
Get him, Brock Horn.
And down he goes.
What you doing, my boy?
28-yard line.
Nope, it's a pass. He going down. Deshaun Jones Jr.
I'll tell you what, this guy seems to give maximum effort on every play. He is so hard to keep off the quarterback.
DJ on the way. You still got the ball. You getting laid down. And he will be out of bounds. We will take that. We'll take it. And we will get off the field
back awaiting the punt.
on the first defensive position.
Diggs fields it at the 35. He's at midfield. He's pushed out of bounds.
And we probably got a clipping.
44-yard line. There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Clipping. Receiving team.
And you were right. It was a clipping from my superstar sophomore, Brett Austin.
How you? I'm saying, how? Like, talk to me, bro. You the police?
Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry.
He got through there, Big Ben.
2-yard line.
My friend.
And he'll lose yardage.
Didn't hold the block long enough. Yes, sir.
Going deep.
Oh, my.
Incomplete.
Would you believe me if I told you I was throwing the ball to the tight end?
But he's got to know when not.
He scrambled.
We're going to scramble.
Here comes the pressure. Got the corner. He steps out right around the
Not going to risk throwing an interception.
Bowling Green's got a guy behind him.
I know normally I would throw that into coverage,
Lucas.
but not today.
He punts it away, and there's no hang time on this one. This one will go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20.
Definitely don't want to punt, but don't want to turn it over either.
He's scrambling.
And we got a scrambling quarterback.
He's out to the 30.
And he's still on his feet.
He's knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And he has a huge gain.
Yeah, I like the decision-making
I
ability
do not
of this
like
quarterback.
that.
He looks and looks. He sees nothing.
Should have been tackled there. Deshaun Jones
He sees some
Jr.
green in front of him. And he
Brett Austin.
ends up with a great run.
And he finally tackles him.
Hello, motherfucker.
And he's going to be sacked.
You want to run? Huh? Do you really want to run?
He's going to try and scramble. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. And
he runs again.
At the 46-yard line.
Skip it up and down. I'm going to blitz him.
They're really having a tough time slowing down this pass rush.
I can't remember the last
I'm
time
tired of
I've
this.
seen a cornerback wreak
Just taking
so
out
much
running.
havoc by pass rushing.
We
I'm
gunning.
so impressed with this guy's
You know we
speed.
coming.
Smith awaits the snap.
Bo Diggs. Bo.
And he's tackled at the 32.
And that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
Inside the 30.
Turn on it, Jazz. Big Ben. Let's
And
go.
that sets him up nicely with a first and goal.
Big Ben against your best corner.
That makes it first and goal.
Beat him off the line. Then we drop a dime. Oh, yeah, it's time. And I'm still trying to rhyme. Get up in there, T-Stew. And that's number 2. For number 4. Dance, Falcon, dance.
So he punches it into the end zone for the second time today.
He's run the ball very well.
Akron and Toledo is tied up right now.
14 in the country.
Late in the first quarter.
We've been watching this thing all day long. The Rockets
7-7.
relentless with their rushing attack, and they score a touchdown. We've got a 7-7 game.
This deficit, they could easily fall out of the game.
Gotcha, bitch.
No, sir.
He's wrapped up for the sack.
I know what you're trying to do.
This defensive end is doing a great job of getting after the
You want to go outside? I'm going to spin outside.
But it seems like the entire game he's done a good job of creating pressure, making his quarterback feel him, and almost giving him
for short. You took too long.
With a sack.
What's wrong with you? And that'll be the end of the first quarter. And we got a dominant performance from our defense so far.
As we expected coming into this game, this one appears to be under control. 14-0.
And yes, we are clearly better than them.
My turn. You told me it was my turn.
But yeah, like I was saying, we are better than them on paper. I was about to say, let this man run.
They almost got themselves out of a big hole, but it was not to turn. Diggs fields it at the 35. He's at midfield.
Let's go, Bo.
He's shoved out of bounds.
All right, so we're gonna run our play.
He's at the 30, out of bounds.
Let's go.
At the 26.
They ain't got no answer for our offense right now. They only got 19 yards so far. What is going on here? Ain't no way you can. You hear Tommy G?
They'll bring him down at the 6-yard line.
I was about to say somebody's gonna be open.
Gets it out quickly.
Oh.
Looks like the defense was in man coverage there, fellas, and that's why they stopped it.
Okay, they are not going goal line. We still running HB stretch.
Stewart.
And we will score again. T-Stew for the triple dip. And we have us a firm grip on the game right now.
The saying, a guy's in a zone.
Field today, number 14 in the nation. This is a game
Akron with a 14-7 lead against Toledo.
The Zips
early in the second.
Getting into the end zone for a touchdown.
Akron trying to stay undefeated.
14-7.
And on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it.
I went right. Oh.
And he's tackled.
Damn, Freddie.
Good solid running right
He was
there.
not ready. Deshaun Jones Jr. has a full game stat line already. He might.
Heading for the corner.
He got that one off.
He's out of
That boy's
bounds.
still on his feet. Let's keep the shutout going.
Lets it fly. Complete. Lost the ball.
And of course he loses the ball and it goes out of bounds.
But the ball went out of bounds first. That's got to be disappointing.
Why was the ball still in bounds? Oh yeah, it came back in. Okay. That's a screen pass.
Here's the halfback on the screen. He's tackled right
Let
around
go.
the 12-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
He's on the run. And they bring him down for a
No,
sack on the
sir.
play.
Not against JJ. We don't play. We do this every day. Out of bounds.
Around the 12-yard line.
So we're probably gonna give up a field goal.
Safe call. The last thing this offense
I'm okay with
wants to
that.
do is take a shot downfield and cause some kind of turnover.
And it's good.
We're only giving up a field goal through a quarter and a half.
Take it away. Sends it sailing downfield.
Big Ben.
He's to the 20. They'll bring him down at the 23-yard line. The Falcons' offense today, Herbie, we looked at it all week.
Bernard Cruz looking good so far.
Even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being. They'll give it off here. Tackle outside after a nice pickup.
All these guys coming down to the line.
And down he goes.
It's very tempting to throw it.
Throws complete, big
and
loss.
Don't hold the block, and that'll happen.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Tries to get out of trouble, but he can't shake the defense.
The smart
I was looking downfield.
and offensive linemen have a really
Didn't see the guy
relationship.
coming through unblocked.
Should take care of his offensive lineman, but after that,
Wants it all.
Got him.
Going deep.
Got him.
What a throw.
well, here you get to see how accurate the quarterback is. He places the deep ball
Hayford.
in there perfectly. Just a great throw.
Let go.
Tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Safety's trying to ease down a little bit. He's going for it.
There he goes. He's at the 30.
Take key.
He's at the 20.
Take key.
To the 10.
Let go, my boy.
Touchdown. Huge play.
Hey, take key. Mess these boys up, man.
You love to have a home run threat like him in the backfield. Every time he touches the ball, he's capable of tearing
My
one
boy
off
finally
like
got
that.
him a big play, even though we're looking at Bernard Cruz right now.
The Zips took the field, ranked 14th in the nation.
And this game is
Hoping that
still
an impressive
close.
Win could move them higher in the standings.
Akron,
this one's been entertaining
Toledo,
us all day long.
tied
The Rockets continuing
at
to
14.
pound the rock on the ground and score a touchdown. Deadline.
He passes
Oh,
it.
boy.
Got it. Complete. He's out of bounds. And a nice pickup there.
I'll tell you what, the defense gambled a bit here and came with the
Been
blitz,
blitzing
and
a
the
lot,
quarterback showed
so
tremendous poise by making a good
not
read
surprised
and
that
delivered a nice
happened.
ball to the open.
Trying to move the ball through the air a little bit here, I see.
All right, and nobody's blocking.
And he can't get away from the pressure.
Stewie!
You ain't getting away from me.
4 yards on the play. That makes it 3rd and 11.
Let's see if we can continue the streak of getting off the field on 3rd down. And we will.
Nice game, but not enough for the first down.
We'll call a timeout, and we have gotten off the field on
Schmidt is
every
the punter.
3rd down this game so far. And they will pin us
Bowling
inside the
Green's
20.
been playing like a well-oiled machine in this first half. And Kirk, are we going to see more of the same in the second?
Well, I think
So
as long
if
as
they blitz, this should work out.
Fires it out.
Give me that block.
He's out to the 30.
I ain't gonna get it.
And he's
But we'll
finally
take
shoved
that.
out at the 39. And for Harrington, he makes it 100 yards worth of catches.
Big
Well, I don't
Ben
know
on
who's
his way
happier
to
right now, Brad,
200
the
yards
offensive coordinator calling
receiving.
the plays, or the quarterback that continues to dial up this wide receiver.
Oh, and he had some steam on that throw. And he's taken down at the 44.
Oh, hurry up.
Makes the catch, and look out.
They go,
He's level
Tyrone.
at the 24.
Nobody covering that boy.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Okay, let's go to the line.
And he stops the clock with a spike.
See if we can get a shot at the end zone.
Fires
There it
quickly to
is.
tight end. He's got it. Touchdown.
It's working today, folks. Dance, Falcon dance.
That's a positive for the passing game. It was absolutely
Everything
the
is
right
working.
call in that situation. This offense needs to start playing some emotional football.
Nice run.
Bring him
there.
down.
The Golden Flash will use their first time out of the half.
They really gonna call a timeout.
Here before halftime.
Probably get one last sack.
Aaron and out long.
Oh!
We've still got a half of football remaining. The Falcons with a huge lead.
And you see the score, folks.
Oh, shit!
We
glad to have you with
are
us
totally
in the studio for
dominating
the EA Sports
Kent State.
NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan.
I don't know if we have been just playing that
Reese
good,
Davis and David Pollock here completely
or
locked
Kent State
in
is
on
just
that
that bad.
half. When we come to the studio, I like to give you a
But I'm
peek
glad.
behind the curtain.
Not
I don't want to
sad.
just give you scores and highlights and analysis. I want to let you know what happens in here.
Kent
Hold
State
it back,
might
brother.
as well
You
wave the
know
white
how
flag.
good these offenses were in the first half.
How good were these offenses?
So good. You were loving
Put
it.
up their
You
pads.
have this big persona, big tough defensive guy. You were loving that offensive performance.
I don't know what you're talking about. I went to the snack room about 5 minutes into this game.
Not true.
Dominating.
It is fun.
Dominating
You
the
do
pass
appreciate
game,
good offense.
dominating on the ground,
Sometimes it's really
dominating
bad defense, and then sometimes
in the
you see
time of
design
possession,
plays and the
and we
offensive coordinator
haven't
dialing up the perfect
turned
time
the
to go
ball
ball.
over.
Think about it. You get a few good positive runs. Everybody starts to commit. You take shots down the field. Sometimes the offenses do dial up
Ain't
great
much to
plays.
say about it.
Sometimes the defenses afford them that opportunity by
I
dialing
ain't got
up
nothing to
bad
complain
plays.
about.
Right now, the OCs
I wish
are
T.
on
Stu
point.
would have more yards.
Looking
That's
forward to
about
seeing
it.
This second half, I think there's certainly a want for victory.
A want
Hey,
and a
you up
need
35 to
for
3.
victory. Some teams need
You gotta
this
do what
victory,
works.
Reese Davis.
Want, need, got to go get it either way. Brad and Kirk are there to deliver.
Want to go down swinging. And they got it.
The protection broke down. The defense
Ain't no
was
scramble.
in the backfield in a hurry, and they brought the quarterback down. Nice
On the
play.
scrambling we doing right now is scrambling your eggs, my boy.
Quick strike, and he drops it.
You can't blame him for not hanging
Brett
on to that
Austin
pass.
all over
He
there.
got hit pretty hard.
Can we keep the streak alive? Getting off the field on third down.
Get over here.
And we will.
He's going to come up with a sack.
Well, we talked all week with these coaches.
The crowd is booing.
Yesterday out in practice, they told us there were some big concerns
But
about facing these defensive
we know who they
ends.
booing.
We
It
thought
damn
that
sure
they
ain't
might be
us.
able to hold up against him. Maybe
It's
get
they
the ball out of
offense.
the pocket a little bit quicker. Maybe
Have much time to get rid of this punt.
Okay.
Diggs takes it at the 49, and he's taken down at the 37. To this big lead here. The halfback with a carry. They'll bring him down around the 35-yard line. Got an
There we
opening.
go. There go T. Stu. Still on his feet.
Strike.
And he's still on his feet. Touchdown. And that's a Heisman type run there, folks.
Touchdown on the ground. And this has been
From
quite
T.
a game
Stu.
for him.
we wondered if the linebackers were going to be able to slow him down today, and I guess
Runs
that
over
answer
two
is pretty
defenders
simple. No.
and finishes strong.
Action
And Toledo
over at Akron.
is on top
Let's
of
take
Akron
yet
right
another
now
peek at this game. Back
in the
and
third
forth
quarter.
They go to heavyweights, slugging it out. The Rockets are on top, 17-14.
Takes it up the
And there's
middle,
A-Dub.
and he hits him hard at the 25.
with a hard hit.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Come here.
And they get the sack.
This quarterback has to do a better
Sacks
job
on
of
sacks
avoiding the
on
rush,
sacks.
'cause sack.
Slings it.
Bring
He's
him
taken
down.
at the 32.
Keep the streak alive. Who will go with the punt? Man return just
Smith
in
to
case.
punt.
They won't fake it.
Room around the corner. He's to the 40. He's at midfield.
Come on,
And he's
ooh.
shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Comes
You
to
messing
the line,
up.
holding that commanding lead.
You messing up if you do that.
He chucks it downfield.
Let go, Tyrone.
Touchdown.
Bernard Cruz is on it today, folks. You better call Tyrone and tell him what you need. I said, Tyrone, I need a TD.
You at least want to go down swinging. He's tackled at about the 39-yard line.
I was waiting on the flag.
strike to the receiver.
Bring him down.
Excellent open field tackle.
Let's settle in.
That makes it 1st and 10.
On the reception, look out. Nobody there. And they make the stop.
Ain't going on down the field this time.
Takes it up the
Bring him down, Brock Horn. And they will get up in there. Didn't get no push on the D-line.
That's a great job of some tough running right there.
You're going to move the ball well when you're able to execute the pass game like that. This play is eventually going to lead you to a touchdown.
Kent State to kick. He'll return it from the 3. He's got the corner. At the 30. Knocked out of bounds. At the 38. Bowling Green's offense has really been firing on all cylinders.
My offense is cooking right now, son.
They got off to a good start, and they've been able to maintain
Full course.
that, maybe take it to a different level.
Buffet.
He's got to be feeling so good about the execution that he's seeing from his quarterback and his wide receivers. Because, again, they put so much time into trying to put a plan together.
And he gone.
To be able to see that actually
He gone.
play makes you feel
He
pretty
gone.
good.
Oh my God, he on X Games mode.
When you see that end zone in front of you, it can help. They have the same strategy here.
He's got it with room to
And
run.
how was he wide open?
Tackle around the 41. And he's met immediately. The halfback just
Big
couldn't
John
get back
Johnson.
to the line of scrimmage. And he's tackled around the 42-yard line.
We coming. And he will be short.
Strike complete. He's down.
Brock Horn. And they booing because they punting it. I understand.
Will be the return man.
You know me. I go for it on 4th and 1. Let it go, Bo Diggs.
Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. So it's time to see this offense go to work again.
This defense couldn't stop them from moving the ball and inevitably finding the end zone.
Bowling Green up big. Brought down at the 29-yard line. Brought down after a nice run up the middle. He picks up the first on that run.
This is what is called the old count.
They hand it off again. He's at midfield.
And
they
it
push him
is.
out at the 45.
That's a gain of 19.
T-Stu right at 100 yards on the ground with 4 TDs.
Tackled outside after a nice pickup.
That's a gain of 4.
Tyrone.
Crew on play action. And he just gets rid of it. There's a flag down, and the quarterback doesn't look too happy.
Thought he got out of there.
Intentional grounding, offense.
I guess not.
Awareness is such a key attribute for.
Scrambling around. He goes downtown. He
That was a terrible pass.
It's incomplete.
Well, that's a great
Bernard
job
Cruz
here
just
by the
doesn't have the
defense.
arm for
Not
that.
Very high punt. The Birds better watch out.
Bring him
Taken
down.
At the 24, and he didn't get anything on that return.
Well, the coverage team did it.
They got nothing to lose.
He's got it out to his tight end.
Bring him
Down he
down.
goes at the 42.
Let me quit blitzing. They just throwing it now. And they won't even run a play.
1 quarter to go, and we may be looking at some mop-up duty. The Falcons with a huge lead.
Might be the biggest win in my coaching career. Might have to bring the subs in. Hey, Doug.
Right around the 42-yard line. He's scrambling. Bring him down at about the 45.
That's why we got the spy.
Caught open field. And he's taken down.
And the
around
streak has finally
45-yard
ended.
line.
I don't like that he's trying to run up his passing yards at the end of the game, too.
Now he's scrambling. He's taken down.
I guess if you don't like it, just stop it. It's for.
Got it. And he goes down quickly.
Let's see. Can they get another third down conversion? And they will.
Throws it in a hurry. He's at the 20, the 10. He's knocked out of bounds
And
at the 5.
a bunch of broken tackles. Freddie Hill. You can tell he's a freshman. He's nowhere near the damn receiver. They probably gonna run it now. What a surprise.
Sure, they won't win it, but they haven't quit yet.
What a surprise.
It's a great call here inside the 5-yard line. The defense took away ground. This time they went the entire length of the field. The ball never touched
We
the
down
ground.
39, but we might come back.
And down he goes, the 37-yard line. The Falcons will rank high nationally in yards per game, and after today, I can see why.
Well, there's really nothing you can do to stop this.
525 yards.
I
mean, we do average like 500, 508 yards a game, so we not too far off our average.
He's into the open field. Gains his way to the 19-yard line.
What was that, face mask?
There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Personal foul. Clipping.
Offense. Come on, Tyrone.
Clipping is the call, and now they'll have to find a way to make.
But Tyrone said he gonna make up for it. He gonna make up for it.
A lot of people
You better call Tyrone
but I'm sure this coach will tell
and
you
tell
he's
him
just
what you
running his
need. I said, Tyrone, you better make up for that penalty. This might be the most points we've scored in my coaching career as well.
Under heavy pressure.
Look at that.
He's tackled at the 43.
Man, fading away, throwing the pass. And that's Freddie Hill again. Should have been sacked, so I can't really bring that on Freddie.
Caught with room to work.
This is smart, efficient play calling. You don't need to make the highlight reel on
I don't know.
each
I might
play.
need to start back blitzing. They're trying to run the yards up here in the second half.
All right.
Late in the second half.
Nobody's blocking.
Going down now.
God, Stewie.
Now get that sack to Brock Horn. With an assist from Deshaun Jones Jr. And it's back to 3rd and long.
Mike 34. Scoot. Flag 98.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
We are kind of in a sticky situation here. A 4th and medium. And there's the receiver wide open.
At the 30, and they make the stop at the 28.
This man has 119 receiving yards. And he has 301 passing yards. But you wouldn't believe it looking at the score. So this is definitely not helping our defensive stats.
Hit as he threw, and he completes it. Room around the corner.
I like
Even though we
blitz
played
was
good
identified
defense
and
for
then
the majority
picked
of the
up.
game.
That's a good test for a quarterback. How does he react in the face of pressure?
Man, throwing a pass, accurate pass, damn near laying on his back. My defense is just saying, forget it. Man, we don't win the game.
He's going to try and scramble. Tackle at the 1-yard line.
What was
this
that?
One might be coming back, folks.
A holding?
Let's check out the penalty.
Personal foul.
Clipping.
Offense.
We'll take it.
Now he tries to buy some
Bring
time.
him down.
And he's tackled around the 13-yard line. 1, maybe 2 yards on the quarterback scramble. The
Man, isn't that negative as far as rushing for the QB?
Just under 3 to go in regulation.
But he's killing us through the air. Bring him down.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
Come on, Blaine. Blaine Spryers.
Brought down at the 5-yard line.
Brock Horn on the tackle. I could be making a huge mistake here.
C4 has been successfully activated.
Quarterback down.
No more points for you.
Down, and the ball changes hands.
I sent in my assassin, DJ.
End zone time and time again. There's not much negative you can say about this performance.
Makes it to the 12-yard line. Nowhere to go for the halfback. That's a loss of 1.
Thought we was.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. Brought down in the open field.
I'm not trying to punt the ball.
He scrambled. And down he goes at the 41.
I might not even kneel it out. Might as well run those.
On play action. Heading for the corner. Steps out of bounds around the 42-yard line. And that was a nice
and now we'll
pickup
kneel
by
it.
the quarterback.
Brent, I think this guy's amazing. He has an uncanny ability
With 11
to
seconds
scramble.
left.
The offense lining up in a victory formation, and he takes a knee.
And we will get the XP for taking a knee. Ain't that cheap? But this has to be one of the most dominant performances from my Bowling Green Falcons.
Let's get Kirk Herbstreit's final.
I mean, sure, the team wasn't really that good.
Well, this
Kent State wasn't really that good, but
this year, there's pure gratification on
you got to go out there and play still.
Sheer disappointment on the other. You can bet that the loser in this
and
one
boy,
will
did
have
we
this
play.
date marked in red on their calendar for next year.
That boy thinking, how did we get beat down like that today? Bernard Cruz had it going.
This is Brad Nessler saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
And I believe that's when Tate Keith ran in for the TD. Then we got T. Stu with the Heisman-like run, breaking 2 tackles, still on his feet. And then he finishes strong. Bernard Cruz with a big run. And Tyrone making up for that holding penalty he had. A clipping, whatever it was. Oh, that's a nice one. That's nice also. That's a good one. All right, and we'll scroll down through here. 5 consecutive wins. Pass for 250, run for 100, 3+ sacks, hold the opponent under 150 rushing yards, beat a rival school, pass completion over 50%, 100% in the red zone. And we got Bernard Cruz. We did just see his stats, but we will go through them again because this game was off the charts as he went 16 of 19 for 348, 3 TDs, completed 84% of his passes with a long big bomb of 65 yards. Was only sacked twice. On the rushing side, we got T. Stu, who went 15 attempts for 101 and 4 TDs. Bernard Cruz, who went 10 attempts for 112 and a TD with a long of 62. We got Tate Keith, who went 2 for 42. And we got Tyrone. You better call up Tyrone. Yeah, Tyrone had 5 receptions for 130 and 2 TDs. Tommy G had 4 receptions for 72 and a TD. Big Ben had 4 receptions for 101. And Tom Hayford had 3 receptions for 45 yards. But we got Brock Horn here with 10 solo tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, that being a sack. We got Deshaun Jones Jr. with 8 solo tackles, 5 of them for a loss, and all of those were sacks. We had JJ John Johnson with 4 solo tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, 3 of them being sacks. We had Terrence Walker with 4 solo tackles and a deflection. We had Blaine Sprides with 3 solo tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, all of them being sacks. All right, we got the games around the country. We have number 2 Oklahoma knocking off Kansas 23-17. We got number 6 Georgia losing to Vanderbilt 24-21.
Oh shit!
Oh my. We got number 10 Notre Dame knocking off USC, number 17 USC 51-31. We got Miami knocking off number 19 Georgia Tech 45-28. Okay, we got a breakdown of the game stats. As you can see here, Bowling Green with a 14-0 first quarter lead, and we come back in the second quarter with a 21-3 win, and we go to the third quarter with a 21-7 win, and we get to the fourth quarter with a 7-7 tie, which leads to a 63-17 victory for Bowling Green. The first down battle was tied. We won the rushing battle 259 to only 29. We won the passing yard battle 348 to 323. They got a lot of them yards in the second half. We did not turn the ball over. Kent State won the time of possession battle because we were scoring so fast. Like, we didn't need to have the ball that long. So sometimes time of possession can be deceiving. And of course, players of the game, Bernard Cruz and Deshaun Jones Jr. having himself a day. Hey. Okay, so the Falcons stomp rivals. Bowling Green shows no mercy as they run up the score on their rival Kent State. You can say that I showed no mercy, but if you go back and look at the box score, I only scored 7 points in the fourth quarter. So I did show them a little mercy, but I didn't want to show too much mercy because teams have not showed us mercy in the past. But anyway, let's advance to the next week. All right, and we have several recruits ready for visits. No need to go through all those. We will scroll down. We will see that or see those recruits on the board when we get there as well. But we do have Clint Stevenson, the 70 overall free safety, committing to the team. Like to see that. We did see that we got 5 consecutive wins. We do have an NCAA Player of the Week. That'll probably be Bernard Cruz again. And that's probably Bernard Cruz again with the Conference Player of the Week. Let's hop into the recruiting board and see what we got going on here. And we can schedule a visit for Marcus Turner. We only have 4 games left to do so. I might just go ahead and schedule that for the last game. Sam Robinson, we are okay with that. Might as well go and schedule a visit from Lamar Allen. I don't believe anybody else is gonna get a visit, so we can go and do that. Quinn Johnson, still doing all right on him. Kevin McNair, might as well go ahead and schedule him as well. But anyway, that'll do it for the board right now. All right, we can take a look at the top 25, and this week we have the first week of the college football playoff rankings, and we have Florida sitting at the top of the board right now, and then we have Florida State right behind them. 2 Florida teams sitting atop the college football playoff rankings. We got Oklahoma at 3, Arizona at 4, Ohio State at 5, Alabama at 6, LSU at 7, Notre Dame at 8, NC State at 9 after they lose to Maryland. And you got little old Bowling Green at 10. So we are sitting inside the top 10 in the college football playoff rankings. And we'll scroll on down and finish out the rest of it. And that's your college football playoff top 25, the first week of the college football playoff top 25. All right. And we got the conference ranking here. We got the MAC East with the Miami still sitting on top with their 3 conference wins and 2 division wins. And you got Bowling Green right behind them with 2 conference wins and only 1 division win. And Georgia Southern sitting behind us, they are undefeated in the conference as well. So we have to be on the lookout for Georgia Southern and Miami. And we got Central Michigan, who is 3-0 in the MAC, sitting on top of the MAC West. And I didn't notice, but I notice it now, that Miami is in the top 25. So we have added another team that we will play in the top 25 onto the schedule. And Akron is still in the top 25. That's another team we have to play. And we will take a look at the Heisman Watch. And we do have a surprise on the board right now, but I ain't gonna say anything until we get there. Y'all probably gonna figure it out anyway. But we do have Michael Wallace sitting on top of the Heisman Watch. We got Kyron Williams trending downward. We got Jace McClellan trending downward. And we got BC Bernard Cruz on the Heisman Watch, folks. We got somebody in the race in the middle of the season. How about that? With this Heisman performance. I said it was a Heisman performance before I even got here. Going 16-19 for 348. And also 10 carries on the ground for 112 and 4 total TDs. And then we got Bryce Young, who's trending upward from Alabama. So yeah, we got somebody that's at least getting recognized as one of the top players in the country. All right, y'all already know how I go on this show. This is the outro. We have another top 25 matchup against Akron in the next episode. But we did knock off Kent State in this episode 63-17. Another game where we held the team under 20 points total. So our defensive stats are starting to come around a little bit. We know we at this part of the episode where we do the shout outs. So we will do that. Shout out to Product Visuals. Shout out to Optimal Prime. Shout out to the Rapper 10,000. Shout out to Warmaster 777. Shout out to Thomas Bays. Shout out to Tony Hawkins. And shout out to Jacob LaRue. And shout out to Arsenio. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but you know who I'm talking about, man. I see you in the comments, catching up on your episodes. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Last time I checked it, I know at one point it was like 80-20 as far as the percentage of people who's not subscribed versus who subscribed. So 80% of my viewers were not subscribed, but now it's down to 71% of the viewers are not subscribed. So if you will, hit that subscribe button, man. I'm gonna keep dropping, and if you're gonna keep watching, you might as well hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you comment. Like I said, I do be watching, and if you comment enough, I will add you to the list and you will get a shout out at the end of the episode. But anyway, man, I'm your HC. This is BG. We are in season 3. I'm out.